Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? EXO coming at you here. Feeling great this morning. Take a look at that beautiful view. It never gets old, man. Some nice fresh cut grass. The smell is in the air. Got some other things that I'm really excited to share with you. As you know, the workshop has been a work in progress, project after project, just trying to get it up and running, you know what I'm saying? But today, I want to share something that I've been waiting to do for the longest time. I'm super proud of it too, but I've never done anything like it. The beginning stages of my very own personal workbench. Already got a great jump on things, all framed out here, nice and level across both directions. 12.5-foot tabletop, some under the counter storage for some miscellaneous tools. Heck, even threw in a little DIY drawer slider there in my most trafficked area. And because I'm kind of a short guy, I kept the overall height relatively low. I'm only 5'7", so 36 inches seemed like a relatively decent spot to start with. Plus I'll have those anti-fatigue mats on the floor, so I'll be raised up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So gotta help that spinal compression any way you can. The easiest way for me to get this done was to use the existing countertop height here on my fancy red toolbox as the height for all of my workbenches. That's why I started with these vertical columns, so I could space them off the ground a perfect 1/8 of an inch or however the distance needed to be and compensate for the thickness of the tabletop. I want these two surfaces to match up real nice without any sort of lip, and that's why I maintained that height here by anchoring in some points on the toolbox. That way, by the time I was done framing out to the other end of the shop, things were already super buttoned up and strong as can be. Plus, it's nice when your job is made even easier by something you did earlier. We added plywood on the walls, there's framing behind it with 2x4s, and we have these massive braces going up all the way to the ceiling, which I incorporated into the legs of our workbench. So now we have wind bracing, we got freaking the start of our workbench, and it's all working together. I really love the feeling of that. That was actually one of the first things I was able to do, fill the gaps between the 2x6s and run long stretchers across the shop. That way I could maintain a nice flat level surface when installing each rail across one by one. Here's a closer look at the 6-inch drawer setup that I got. Got little DIY sliders on here with guides to make sure it doesn't fall off. And I'll also have a little document drawer right down at the bottom. So I'll have a 3-incher and then a 6-incher right here in my most used area. And a workshop wouldn't be complete without a little snack station, huh? Got a nice empty space underneath the counter for a mini fridge and a freezer. Got some freaking frozen snacks, maybe a couple hot dogs, and a microwave spot, and a toaster oven. And man, am I glad that I planned out the electrical, because I have my own separate circuits, GFCI right here. We got 3 separate circuits for power tools, TV, and snacking. So if someone wants to be, you know, making a toaster strudel while someone else is, I don't know, microwaving a Hot Pocket or something, we can have all kinds of people here having a great time. So I planned ahead and it feels great. And another thing that's awesome, look at that, man. Got a little TV up there. We got the old spare living room TV since we upgraded inside, and I've been waiting to place that in the corner. Look at that. We'll have some speakers on the side. Made a little wedge shelf up there. It's looking great, and it's strong too. I can hang and do pull-ups on that thing. So yeah, this is definitely the start of something great. I think I'm gonna add a little desk space to have a little computer chair right here, maybe a screen that I can mirror up some box designs, have some car audio montages play in the background. Just a nice, keep the atmosphere cool in here. Maybe put a little light, which I've got right here up in the back. Look at that, that's so homey looking. I love that 2800K look. So yeah, I'm feeling fantastic, guys. Look at this, we're making progress. Man, these sheets are freaking rugged. Lift these around for a couple hours and boy, oh boy, you're gonna start feeling it. My back the other day was at a commish, but we're back in action right now, doing some alternating blocking, sheeting, laying floors here. You can see that this layer of blocking lines up perfectly for this sheet, and then the other layer going right down, you can see the line right there lines up perfectly with the tongue and groove. And basically we're just gonna keep going down this way. This is how it's laying out, guys. I went with the spill-proof Advantech just in case anything gets a little bit messy up here. I've been accident known to be prone, so I'm gonna keep my bases covered, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep the heavy lifting going along here. We got a few more sheets this way and a couple more that way. There's about 80 screws per sheet because we have how many joists there are. The only reason why I did that is because I wanted to keep the sag to an absolute minimum no matter how much I weigh this thing down. I don't want it even getting close to the roof of my vehicle, so that's why I went overkill, you know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with that. Well, I guess I should do a quick little update before I freaking put all the storage stuff up here. Yes, I'm walking up the ladder like that. Don't come at me, all you OSHA gurus. Here we are. Holy accomplishment. This is so great, you guys. I feel like such a little guy, but such a big thing was made. It almost feels kind of surreal to be standing up here, you know what I mean? One little bit at a time, and you can accomplish anything, and I'm feeling super happy right now. Take a look at this platform. She'll be able to hold all the freaking RC cars and subwoofers and batteries. I'm into like the two heaviest hobbies. Subwoofers are heavy. Everything that I do is heavy. So this needed to be nice and beefy, and lo and behold, she came together perfectly square, freaking level, both directions. This is awesome. Oh yeah, looking good over here. We got the freaking workstation. This is gonna be where I sit at, my desk workstation, almost ready to go. We got the tabletop started over there. I'm just using some 1/2 inch just to spread the gap there. Spread the gap, just to span the gap there. And it's working out great since we have all those rails installed. It's gonna be nice and rugged. I'm thinking RC cars, subwoofer recones, speaker repair, stuff like that. Stuff where it's actually more comfortable to actually be seated at. So I have it about 28 inches tall. It's 12.5 feet wide. This guy got a little empty space down there, but I'm gonna incorporate a trash can into the surface so I can just like brush off all the dirty debris into the hole right there, be a trash can underneath there. So look at it, guys. It's freaking coming right along. This is a great addition. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention this other cool thing that I'm doing. Just a little makeshift experiment to test the deflection of our homemade beam here. She's massive, but I'm just too curious not to know. So I did this little homemade experiment by cramming in this post before doing any of the weighing down. That way, once I do finally weigh it down, I can measure down to a T based off this reference point right here, how much deflection there is in the beam. First off, it would be harder to knock it out, and then afterwards it would kind of come down just a little bit. And whatever that amount may be, I'm gonna measure it, and I'm super interested to know because this thing is so big and beefy, it can't even barely move that much, right? So yeah, definitely getting some stuff done over here. We're actually in the midst of building Remy's new subwoofer box for that kicker sub. We listened to you guys and we're gonna throw it into his own personal ride and get this thing moving, flexing, jamming, just having some overall bass head fun with this brand new Solo X, man. You guys wanted to hear it. You said fire it up. So we're gonna get Remy in here, get some freaking ported box madness in the back of his, I think it's a, what is it? Is it a Tahoe or a Suburban? It's something big and black and I love it. We got the port inserts ready to go. The front baffle will be doubled up, sub back, port back configuration. Just something that'll work well since everything's gonna be facing the back anyways. Made sure to keep the design nice and narrow. That way we could position the thing in all sorts of ways in the back of the vehicle, try to get that sweet spot for the bass. But for today, I just wanted to show you guys another great little thing that I'm feeling accomplished about. We got the new Workbench surfaces and it's already serving its purpose here with our good old Solo X. Look at this, it's nice and slick. That is great, nice protective surface. It's not obviously attached yet, but we'll get this finished up down here once we figure out how we're gonna handle this bend. That's why this is empty right now. I'm gonna do this elbow, but I wanna make sure I figure all that math out before we get there. So until the next time, this is EXO signing out with our Solo X. Be sure to check out the next video as me and Remy get our hands dirty, getting this thing finally planned. Man, it's gonna be great. So until then, I will talk to you guys on the rebound. We did a whole lot of work in this video. Tried my best just to pieced a little bit of something together in the meantime for you guys. So thanks for being here. It really means a lot to have you guys' support. Thanks for always having some great words to say. This is EXO signing out. I'm loving this workshop, man. Stay tuned. It's only getting better from here.